right? Odile Nono is saying, you and I talk show. I don't understand how a black person can be wishing for Donald Trump to win. Either it's the lack of understanding of Republican policies or being corrupt. Now, I would say that no, you're the one who has a lack of understanding of American politics and the history and the entire background, and also as a black person, um you are not supposed to vote for someone just because they're black. We are first and foremost intelligent beings, and our ancestors who built civilizations, they never even identify themselves as black. They identify themselves as muntu, abantu, and the meaning of a muntu is someone who has umutwe, who thinks, and someone whose foundation is in ma'at umutima, and umutima is truth, justice, order, balance. So our first focus should be truth, order, justice, balance, and we should go with our head. And the black identity is a made up identity that was created actually by racist white supremacists in order to dump all Africans into one identity, black. But as you know, Africa is actually the most diverse continent. And even though we may all be black people, there are various nations which the diversity enriches the whole culture. So we're not supposed to see things just as black and white. Second, the Republican Party, in terms of actually history, the Republican Party was actually the party of the people who were on the side of freedom. On the side of freedom. If you know your American history, liberation, for example, Lincoln was a Republican, and they actually had to bribe the Democrats. The Democrats back in the days were the party of slavery, and they actually had to be bribed in order to allow for there to be a freedom. Lincoln had to bribe the Democrats of those days in order for them to accept the idea of freedom for all, including black people. So the Republican Party is actually originally the party of freedom. This is American history. How did black people become Democrats is very, very recent with the Kennedys. Because the Kennedys were fighting for civil rights, and they were fighting for good things for all people, including black people. So black people switched over mainly to the Democrats. One of the main reason being the Kennedys, because the Kennedys had good policies. So they're intelligent people. They're following policies. So this time around, you can actually see even a Kennedy who has switched over to Donald Trump, following the policies, because this time around the Democrats have been in office forever, and they have not made anybody happier, and so many people are suffering. So in terms of policies, it's a complete failure. And anyone who wants America to succeed as a nation and to get out of all these failing, well, you can't support the same people who have been failing and failing and failing. Joe Biden, Obama lied to the whole world. And then what did Obama do? He was a Democrat. Obama bombed Africa. Trump actually never dropped any bombs on Africa. Like I'm joking in my new book. I'm cracking jokes talking about you're gonna hate someone for calling you a shithole, and then you're going to turn around and support the Democrats, the Obamas and the Clintons, who actually caused so many wars, caused so many people to die, and who actually bombed African countries and turned them into shitholes. The Clintons are actually the ones who brought the Kagamistan in power in Rwanda, and they are Democrats. The Congo getting destroyed, so many millions of people dying, the mapping report coming out getting ignored. That was everything under the Democrat. So, if you're an African, if you're a black person and you're an intelligent person and you think for yourself, you're not going to fall for the idea of just because you're black, you should be supporting Democrats. No, you're going to follow the policies and you're going to follow whoever has the best policies. And for me, even though Trump is not perfect, there are so many things that we could criticize about him, but there are two candidates. There's only two candidates right now. And there's absolutely no way I would support a woman who has not, so you cannot name anything that she has accomplished, and she's claiming to be black, but I suspect she's a fake black woman. And her policies and the Democrats have been disastrous. So you cannot support people based on that. You have to move on and you have to support somebody else. And that is why in these elections, I'm definitely voting for Trump, even though I'm Canadian and I don't even get to vote in the American elections. All right, my people.